Hello lads. So yeah, today we have this goofy 3-high expandable wall thing that opens in 0.6 seconds. Actually, just ignore the closing animation, it's garbage, but the opening animation is pretty cool. Can just use this all day. So it's expandable up to 12. I know expandable doors are kind of an L, but this is kind of cool, and also it's pretty small for being 0.6 seconds opening. It's the top. Yeah, I don't know if you can really see that, but anyways, we're going to build just like one slice of the wiring first, since this thing does work with only one slice, and then we're going to expand it up to 5. So the space you're going to need is 2 by 5 by 11 tall, and your door frame is going to be like, dig down 4 blocks. I'm leaving one gap of air here, so your door frame level's there. Okay, so I'm just going to build the layout first. So the bottom is layout size, like this. This is going to be where you're... Oh wait, I'm not smart. Ignore that. This is one slice of the wiring right here. Up here, I'm going to have another double extender. Oops. And then there's going to be storage on this side. Like that. That's your entire layout. I'm just going to fill all this in because it's not too detrimental. And plus we need a wall slider as well, since there's no other way to get signal down. Alright, so to start off, input block right here. Just going to shuffle through a couple of these. This is your input block, place the lever, flick it. We're going to have our instant pulse here on the opening only. So you can see when I turn this off, this is going to be when the door closes. This line does not pulse at all. But when the door opens, if it's in this state, this pulse right here will give a 3 game tick pulse to this piston, which means it extends and retracts as fast as it can without spitting out its block. So that's the first step we need to get in order for this to be 0.6 seconds opening. Then I'm going to place a target block here, a normal piston here, and this is going to be our wall slider, like so. And then to get the closing, since the wall slider needs to also go on a closing, we're going to just have 2 observers from this block up into here, and this also has the right amount of time to place a dust here and a target block there. It will also power this at the right time, so it retracts this piston from this level right here as soon as it's done. And so then all we have to do is 0 tick this, and this also does the closing too, because it's also out of sync, so whatever. But anyways, to get this last pulse, dust up here to abuse 1.16 even further if I haven't done enough already, as you can see. We need a slider here. We need a log, which is here. So log here, observer facing downwards. And this pulse was someone who developed T57 helped me with this, so quick shout outs to developed T57. So this log right here, it's going to go and detect this leaf, and then this piston is going to power the observer back at an odd game tick. And that's actually going to be after it pulses this dust, and we also need to redirect this dust, so let me grab tripwire there. And so what that's going to do is this pushes over at 4 game ticks, and then this observer will power at 8, and then this piston will arrive here at 9 game ticks, and this piston will also power at 9 game ticks. But since adds 1 block event delay, this line right here will get a 0 tick. So if I just block this slider here, just dispenser. You can see that should happen. Perfect. Alright, now we can move on to the bottom. As you can see, there's actually more pistons on the bottom, but the thing is we get 1 pulse from the top for free, so that makes it pretty nice. I'll explain all of these. And so basically the whole idea here is this has to be just as fast as the top, so we need a little bit of some trickery to get this to work. So the first thing that needs to happen is after the top pushes down, the blocks will be in this state after 3 game ticks. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pull this down as fast as we can using a 0 tick. And remove this, and then at the same time split this up using a 2 game tick pulse, and then this will arrive and this will be a 1 game tick pulse at the very end in order to retract the block down in time. Alright, so the bottom's a little weird, but the first thing that we need to do is place an observer here with dust on it, and then a target right here, and then we're going to make a 0 tick generator with the slider, so we need 1, 2 pistons like that for a total of 3 block event. And you might be thinking, wow, we only need 2 block event for this. Well, I mean, you could theoretically just have like an updater, like a note block here instantly. But the thing is, this right here, this piston gets powered with a 3 game tick pulse on the opening, which means it would actually be locational with only 2 block events. So we need to add that one extra in order for the 0 tick to be reliable. Then to power these bottom pistons, we need a hopper here. It's very important this is a hopper so it doesn't update this piston instantly. And then 2 observers down like this, and block right here to power that one. I might be thinking, well, that's kind of illegal, and yeah, it kind of is, but there's, trust me, it's gonna work. Okay, and then to get the pulse for the storage right here, to pull this away, all we need is a rail here, to observer, to a piston right here, then down to a block, and we're gonna have our input, which is targets and slabs. If I can find the slabs. This, dust here, and then target here. Oh, and also remember to place a target here for the time being because we don't need this to power there. And that's almost everything done. Oh wait, it is actually everything done. I just didn't fully explain it. Oh wait, nope, never mind. There's one pulse we need to do. It's right here. Just place an observer there. That'll mess things up, but that's okay. So what that does is takes this, since this piston powers at an odd game tick, it'll just take an output from this and turn on at 7 and off at 9, and off at 9 is the exact same timing as up here, so it will give a 1 game tick pulse to this piston at 9, or from 8 to 9 game ticks. And the reason why all this works is we need to retract these blocks at 6 game ticks, and because this is a redstone block going down, this rail depowers at 0, and so this chain turns on at 4 game ticks and off at 6 game ticks. And then basically the same thing here, this thing here will turn on at 6, and then the second pulse for pulling this back down comes from this second pulse from the observers, and then that just goes through here again. And then of course this piston here is just kind of a way to generate enough pulses so the last one is able to push the storage back in for resetting it. Okay, so now with all that explanation out of the way, this should be good. Alright, and so now we can focus on expanding this. So first thing to do is expand all of the layout, like this. Just add those here. Add your double extender. Perfect. And also expand this input right here. And you just need regular blocks here, targets here, and then expand this line here. And that's it. The bottom is a little bit more complicated. We need a bunch of note blocks. Just like an entire plate of note blocks here. Targets. Dust on all of these note blocks. Then you have to, awkward placements, but down from these note blocks here, and then you have to probably break these and then into the bottom row of pistons here. And then this is just the same. That should be good, and you can fill in your entire door frame. Oops. Perfect. Then I'll show you how to power this door. So we're just going to unpower this because it's easier to deal with it when the door is unpowered. If you want to power this thing, I strongly recommend making this a target block because you can have also dust running in through here as well if you want to. So you could theoretically run this down and place your lever on the wall here. And this target block makes sure that this piston gets powered properly. You also theoretically could have minimum setup whatsoever and just place your lever here. But if you want to be more fancy, basically just make sure you input your signal into these 2 blocks. It can be a dust input or an instant repeater, which I'll show now. If you place your instant repeater here, it can actually be expanded up to 13 because the signal is 1 block closer. But yeah, basically something like this, and then you can just run your signal to wherever. Just remember that the door is open when this dust is powered. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching this goofy tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.